Welcome back to In the Kitchen with Grace. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I am making a very fun, light, healthy fruit salad, mango and feta cheese. It's a great way to use up feta cheese if you've got some on hand in the fridge that you need to use up. And this recipe it pairs well. You can have it for a snack, for breakfast, for lunch. You can have it as a side dish with supper. And it's so easy. It's just a couple of ingredients. And so let's put it together. I have peeled and diced 2 mangoes. So I have a family of 4. If you have a family of, say, 6 or 8 people, you might want to double this recipe. This recipe I make is for my family of 4. So I've got 2 mangoes peeled and diced in a bowl. I have a half a cup of feta cheese crumbles. I actually had a block of feta cheese and I just crumbled it up. And then there's a different cheese here. I think you can kind of see a little bit of difference in the color. I found at Aldi's. I am a cheese person, and so I found at Aldi's. It is a Wensleydale Creamery cheese. It's Mimosa Yorkshire Wensleydale. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's little like pieces of orange citrus. I think it's orange in this cheese, and it is so good. It's light and fruity, and it pairs very well with mango. So I put that in here as well. If you don't have extra cheese, just use your feta. It will taste amazing. And then in a little bowl, I am going to put in about 2 tablespoons of very light olive oil. And I'm not even gonna measure, I'm just eyeballing. Keep this super, super simple. And we're gonna add in a dash of pepper, a sprinkle of salt. Gonna get out some sweet basil. Now I usually have an herb garden going, but it's winter and the only herbs I have inside right now are my mint and my rosemary. So I'm just using dried sweet basil, but if you got some fresh basil, go ahead and chop some of that up, and it will be delicious. But I'm gonna go ahead and just sprinkle in some sweet basil here. You want probably about a good 1 to 2 teaspoons. And I'm gonna get a little whisk. We're gonna whisk this together. Okay, in my bowl, I'm going to go ahead and put my cheeses in. And then we are going to drizzle the olive oil and sweet basil all around. And then I'm just going to use a spoon here and lightly toss this together. You don't want a ton of the oil dressing for this fruit salad. You want to keep it very light. Just kind of want a hint of those flavors. All right. There we have it. Mango feta salad. Yummy, healthy, and delicious. Welcome back to In the Kitchen with Grace. Thank you for joining me today. Today we are doing a winter salad. It's got apples, it's got candied nuts and cranberries, it has gorgonzola cheese. It is so good. Even my picky kids will eat this salad. Your family is going to love it. This has kind of got a couple of steps to it. To prepare for my salad, I have 2 apples. I usually use Honeycrisp apples, like big, large Honeycrisp apples. The apples I have on hand are a little bit small, so I used 2 today instead of 1. And I cut these up into small, bite-sized pieces. And then we have our candied pecans and cranberries. Usually the salad I will use walnuts. However, we are just getting past the Christmas holiday, and I had pecans to use up and I had cranberries to use up from my holiday baking. And so I am going to show you here in just a second how you can candy your nuts and dried fruits for your salad toppings. To make our candied nuts, we're going to get out the little skillets. We're going to do about a tablespoon of butter. I'm going to kind of get that melting. I'm going to do this on low heat. We're gonna do 3 tablespoons of sugar. We're gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, and honestly, I don't really measure this. I just kind of sprinkle some in, along with the red pepper flakes, chili flakes, about a 1/4 teaspoon, just kind of adds a little hint of spice to this apple gorgonzola spinach salad. We're gonna do a sprinkling of salt, and then we're gonna let this melt here for just a minute. Get that butter and sugar melted together. And now again, normally I use walnuts, but I have pecans to use up from my holiday baking, so I'm going to use these up. And I also have some cranberries from my white chocolate cranberry pistachio cookies. And so I'm going to use these up as well. We're going to just candy them together. They'll be great as a topping for this salad. So the butter and sugar is almost completely melted together. So I'm going to add my pecans. I usually use about 1 cup of pecans or walnuts for the salad. I probably have just under that. It's totally fine. And then I'll add in probably a handful or so of the cranberries. We'll just sprinkle some in there. And mix this together really well. You want to really coat the pecans and cranberries together. We're going to let this kind of lightly heat up for about another minute or so, and then I'm going to pull these off and put them onto a paper towel on a plate, and we're going to go put together the rest of our salad. And then the next step of this salad is to prepare your salad dressing, and I will share that with you here right now. We're going to put together the dressing for our winter salad, and I have extra light olive oil. We're going to do about 5 tablespoons of it. We're going to do 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Usually I will use a red wine vinegar, kind of out, don't have any on hand. And so I'm going to actually just use a splash of apple cider vinegar. It'll do just fine. We want 1 tablespoon. We're going to add in some salt, some pepper. I'm going to give this a little whisk. Now here comes the fun with the gorgonzola cheese. Gorgonzola cheese is kind of a soft, creamy blend of cheese, and so we're going to use about 1/2 cup of gorgonzola cheese. That'll do. And then we're going to pour our dressing over it. I know it sounds kind of strange and funny, but trust me on this. And then you're going to kind of mash your gorgonzola cheese into the dressing. And as you can see, it's kind of getting a little bit creamier. Gorgonzola cheese pairs so well with apples. I have a couple of fruit and cheese snack videos. I will link to those. I definitely remember I did one with gorgonzola cheese and apples, and it was so good. I also have a mango feta cheese salad recipe. So light and so yummy. Little twist of a fun Aldi find cheese in that salad. So be sure to check those out and add those recipes to your meal planning. Okay, I feel like that's blended together very well. We're going to put together our whole salad now. And so we are going to put this all together. Ooh, by the way, if you are like, I don't want to make a homemade dressing for your salad, you could use any kind of red wine vinaigrette. I love all these, you guys. I have all these finds all the time. And one of my favorite things I have found there is their white balsamic peach vinaigrette dressing. This is a sweet and it is so good. It would pair really well with this salad also. So anything kind of sweet, it's got a little bit of a balsamic vinaigrette type of a vibe to it, you can use for a dressing. Okay, let's put the salad all together now. So I've got my spinach in a bowl. I am going to add my apples on top. We're actually going to give this a little toss before we add in the other toppings. Kind of want to get those apples mixed in there nicely. They all kind of went to the bottom. We're going to add our gorgonzola dressing mixture here. I just love apples and gorgonzola. We're going to mix this a little bit more. You want to get that creamy dressing all mixed in nicely. Now we're going to add our candied pecans and cranberry combination to the top. Give it just a light little toss. You want those to mix on down in there. This is my classic winter salad. I hope you all love this recipe. Your family's gonna love it. Be sure to subscribe. Make sure you're following along on Pinterest as well in the Kitchen with Grace 1. The link is in the description below, along with all of the ingredients and directions for the salad recipe, because then you can pin and save all of our recipes and come back to them later. We thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next time. Welcome back to In the Kitchen with Grace. Today we are doing a delicious and very healthy chickpea salad with vinaigrette dressing. I'm going to leave all of the ingredients and the recipe in the description below, but let's dive in. Now, I love chickpeas. I love to roast them in the oven, and I love cucumbers. I like all of the ingredients that are in this recipe, and I feel like they just blend together for a really delicious taste. You don't even realize you're eating healthy when you're eating this salad. So I love to have this for lunch, for snacks in the afternoons. Let's get started. So to start with, I have 1 can of chickpeas, garbanzo beans. I have drained them and then rinsed them in the sink. And we have grape tomatoes, an avocado, shredded carrots, feta cheese, a red bell pepper, some red onion, and cucumber, and then our vinaigrette dressing. So I'm going to start by adding in my avocado. This is just 1 avocado diced. I'm gonna toss her in. I have about 3/4 of a cup or so of diced grape tomatoes. What I love about this recipe too is you can add in whatever you want or change the amounts of the ingredients. Technically, this recipe originally, it called for 2 cups of grape tomatoes, and I was like, nah, no thanks. So I do about half of the original recipe when I first came across it. I am doing, you can do any kind of bell pepper you want. Kind of depends on the flavor and the mood that you're going for. It's kind of winter, and I really like the extra health kick boost that comes from red peppers. So I'm doing red bell pepper dice today. Again, it's about, I don't know, 1/2 cup to 3/4 of a cup. In the spring and summer, I like to use yellow and orange bell peppers. You can use green bell peppers, whatever you want. In my garden, sometimes we get the purple bell peppers, and that adds a fun splash of color to this salad. I'm gonna do red onion. Now, I happen to really like red onion. Recipe calls for just 1/2 cup, but I like it a lot, and it's super healthy for you. So I have probably about a cup's worth of smallly diced onion there. And then our cucumbers. So I am using an entire English cucumber. It's seedless, and you dice it up. You want total about maybe 2 cups worth of diced up cucumber. And then I have about a half a cup of feta cheese crumbles. You can add in some more if you like. You could even toss in a little bit of blue cheese or even some cheese cubes if you wanted to. And this is a bonus add-in. I happen to have some shredded carrots on hand from some cheeseburger soup that we made. And so this is a great way to use up those shredded carrots. Toss them into your salads. So I've got about 1/4 cup, half a cup there. And we're gonna kind of lightly toss this together. Get it all mixed in. And like I said, you can add in however much of these ingredients that you want to. If you're really big on the chickpeas, you could add in 2 cans instead of 1. You could totally omit one of these vegetables. All right, and then I am going to put in the description below the original vinaigrette dressing that I started making this recipe with. Sometimes I find some really fun stuff at the grocery store. And recently I found, well, I haven't found it. You get this from time to time. At Aldi's, they have got a Greek vinaigrette dressing, and it's got red wine vinegar in it, which is part of the original dressing recipe. So I am just using this. I'm making it easy. At times before, I have used balsamic vinaigrette. I've done a lemon poppy seed dressing in this recipe. Super good. That adds a little sweetness to it. And I'm just going to use my my little cup here. You want to add in about 1/2 cup or so of your vinaigrette. Toss this together. All right, she is good to go. Again, this pairs well with any lunch. You could eat this straight up for lunch. Pairs well with any lunch or sandwich. Pair it for a side dish at dinner. This is also a perfect potluck recipe, something that is healthy for a big get together. People really enjoy it. So here we are, and I'm gonna share with you another little twist. If you like tuna, I have thrown plain tuna in here. I have done the lemon pepper tuna. There's a sweet, it's like a sweet chili flavored, sweet and spicy, I think is what it's called, the little tuna packets. Put that in there for extra protein. Oh, it's so, so good. All right, you guys, I hope you like this recipe. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Hit like, be sure to subscribe. Got all sorts of amazing recipes that you can make at home coming your way. Today we are going to make a really fun, healthy winter citrus salad using grapefruits and oranges, fresh mint, some lime, and some honey. It's sweet, but it's packed with that vitamin C, all the good stuff that your immune system wants and needs in winter. We are very big into our fruit salads in our family, so it's always fun when I have new recipes or new twists, and this is definitely one that my family really enjoys. My kids are not big grapefruit fans, but they like this recipe because it makes your grapefruit a little bit sweeter. And so in this bowl, you guys, I have peeled and separated 4 oranges and 2 large grapefruits. And I'm gonna go ahead and start to kind of slice and dice them up into bite-sized pieces. I have the oranges and grapefruits all diced up here in my bowl. We're gonna put the dressing together, and we are gonna do about 3 tablespoons of honey. I'm honestly just gonna eyeball this. We're just gonna go 1, 2, 3. I feel like a tablespoon of honey is like 1 good squeeze out of your honey bottle. And then we are going to go ahead and add, normally I would use the zest of a lime, but I don't have any limes, but I got lime juice. And so I'm gonna give it just probably about a teaspoon or so of lemon juice. And then I am gonna get some mint. Now, I like to use fresh mint. This is one of the herbs I keep indoors in the winter. I bring my mint plant, one of them inside. If you have orange mint, sometimes I grow an orange mint plant. That works really nicely because it kind of accentuates the natural orange in this fruit salad, but regular mint works just fine. And I'm gonna grab some sprigs here, some leaves of mint off my plant. I'm one of those people, I absolutely love mint. My favorite candy is a peppermint patty. So anytime I get to use mint, it gets me very happy. Let's grab some leaves here. Okay. I'm gonna give this a quick little dice. It smells amazing. I'm gonna grab a couple more mint leaves. I always plant fresh mint at the beginning of every summer because I do use it up quite a bit. If you're looking for some other fruit salad ideas, I have a honey lime fruit salad that is our kids' favorite. I've got a mojito fruit salad. It's got a little mojito twist to it. I've got a summer citrus salad. Let's see, what else have we been up to with citrus? I'm trying to think. I'm gonna go ahead and add, I don't like to mix the mint into the honey lime. I actually like to add it straight to the fruit itself. If you want some alternatives to throw into this fruit salad, also kiwi goes really nicely with the grapefruit and oranges, blackberries as well. But I really like keeping it just the grapefruit and oranges myself. All right, mint's kind of mixed in nicely. Feel free to add as much mint as you would like. I'm gonna kind of keep mine on the light side. I'm gonna give my honey lime juice just a little bit of a stir. I'm actually gonna add just a dash more lime juice here. Kind of mix it in with that honey. So grapefruit kind of has a little bit of a bitter taste to it, and it's hard to get kids, at least I feel like it's hard to get kids to want to eat it. So if you want to, you could sprinkle a little bit of white sugar onto, you can either put it on the whole salad, or when you scoop up their serving, sprinkle just a little bit of white sugar on top, and it kind of sweetens it enough that they don't get that bitter taste out of your grapefruit. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mix this together. Get that honey all worked in. All right, this is good to go. This just is a great snack. It's great to pair with lunch, with breakfast, with dinner. It's definitely one of my go-to fruit salads. That and the honey lime fruit salad. These are staples we make like every month in our family. I hope you all like this recipe. Comment below what your favorite fruit salad is, and I hope you all will stick around. Be sure to check out that fruit playlist and the side salad playlist. I think that's where all of my fruit salad recipes are. They're also over on our In the Kitchen with Grace 1 Pinterest account, where you can pin and save them for when you are ready to use the recipes. Thank you all so much. Have a great day.